Joe, in your answer to why are you running for office, you mentioned in part, I believe I can effectively look out for the interests of ordinary citizens. Can you talk specifically about what you believe are the interests of ordinary
Sure.
citizens?
I think I'll just mention two. There's a lot of them, but one thing, when I got elected in 2000, there were 63 new people came to Tallahassee because it was the first-year term limits took over. And I worked very hard and worked my way up. So in 2005 and 2006, I chaired the Appropriations Committee. And I don't want to be self-serving, or my mother will get after me for, there's some a verse in Proverbs says, "Let other words praise you," which kind of goes against how politics works. But I did work really hard, and I did get the opportunity to chair the Appropriations Committee. We saved a lot of money, $8 billion in reserves, but I did a lot of things for this community. We always were the last to get judges, for example. If there's any left over, we'll send some to the Treasure Coast. I said, well, that's not the way it's going to work now. We're getting ours first. So that's why you see all these new judges that were appointed and elected, because I made sure they got done. And the Homeland Security Training Center in Fort Pierce at IRSC, I monitored that for 2 years to make sure that that got funded. The Senior Center, other things. The second way I look after ordinary citizens is government is constantly on the march to take over more and more aspects of our life, to find out more information, to put cameras to watch us, to tell us what to eat, what to wear, to keep track of us, to see what prescriptions we're using. And I have strong libertarian leanings, and I have a wariness toward the power of government. I've seen what happens when government power is abused. And so I'm always on the lookout in the legislature for things that take away the rights of ordinary citizens to due process, to the presumption of innocence before proven guilty, and always placing the burden on government to prove its case. And the government is there to serve people. We're not here to serve the government. And so that's really what I'm referring to in those two things I'm referring to when I mention that.
Thank you. Bill, can you give some examples of how you would effectively look out for the interests of local citizens?
By knowing that every time I speak or any legislation I put forth won't be coming from a special interest perspective. My door would always be open to the voters of the district. And by making sure that whatever I agree to or sign on to, propose or support, will always, the bottom line, will always benefit the general public first and foremost. And it's across the board, soup to nuts.
Thank you.